So, guys, out in Revolution and Rake, how are you? It's Waco, your faithful buddy. And today I'm here with a great friend of mine, Patrick Rougnot, who is the CEO of two amazing watch brands, one of whom is now down, and the other is Girard-Perregaux. Patrick, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, anyway. Very good to be with you. Thank you for the invitation. Pleasure.
You look good. You look good. I hear that in Switzerland you're allowed to go out and exercise, and I know you're a dedicated runner, so I can only imagine you've been taking advantage of this, yes?
Yeah, actually, I'm not doing too bad. Actually, it's been a beautiful weather over the last couple of weeks in Switzerland, and taking some time out. Actually, even skiing. I went skiing even 10 days ago. Just the last searching for the last slopes with some snow and found some. So it was great. And today I'm talking from our office in Paris.
Fabulous. So, what I'd like to talk to you a little bit is about this incredible watch that you've donated to our charity auction. So, as you know, we propose to do a charity auction to benefit the World Health Organization's COVID Solidarity Fund. We really like the idea of a fund that, sent money to wherever in the world it was most affected. And as you can see, we are now in a process where things are lifting in the first world, but then you see also in Brazil, it's a huge disaster. You see in Peru, it's very challenging. You see in South Africa, it's very difficult as well. So I like that to remind people also that we're all in this together. We're all human beings and citizens of the earth, and we all have to look out for each other. And this was the motivation. So first of all, I'd like to thank you for participating in this.
Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this. Really, I cannot praise enough. Your initiative, how good it is, and and also, your commitment to help and support the society in general. And yeah, it's as we all know. The crisis is unseen before. And it takes a different scale. And I think it encourages all of us to react in a very different manner, including at our level. With Girard-Perregaux, what you're doing, and also our parent company, the Caring Group, which has been a contributor to several charity across the world.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for what you guys have done on the group level and on the brand level as well. And Caring, just yesterday when they came out with the message about supporting the NAACP and so on, I was like, wow, these guys are so courageous and so ethically correct. So let's talk about the watch. So back in 2016, you launched a very cool watch, right? You launched a watch called Place Girardet. And Place Girardet, it was a watch that paid tribute to the 225th anniversary of Girard-Perregaux. Wow, aha. And so what was really cool is that part of your iconography is the three gold bridges. The three gold bridges is generally used for your tourbillons, but in this instance, you took a single gold bridge and you mounted a free-sprung balance wheel on it to pay tribute to this incredible architecture of one of your most famous movements. A time-only watch, but with like this beautiful multi-level dial. And what I wanted to draw everyone's attention to is the plaque that is at the 45-minute or 9 o'clock marker, which says 1880. Now, there were 225 of these amazing watches made. Each of them was unique. Each of them had a different date that was important to Girard-Perregaux. And then, as you can see, just underneath the cannon pinion, where the hands are mounted, it explains what was achieved by Girard-Perregaux during this year. So you have 1880, and then here it says GP for his wristwatch. Very cool. And this is, I guess, the piece that kind of kicked it all off. I should also mention that this entire collection, of course, is totally sold out. But what a cool watch. Can you just tell me, from your perspective, why you thought the Place Girardet was an important achievement for the brand?
Well, I think this watch was a great way to celebrate our very long experience, because we've done the watch, as you said, for 225 anniversary, and we felt it was a great way to celebrate the watchmaking expertise that we have, which is so unique at Girard-Perregaux, especially when it comes to our horology. Because it bears also the Girard-Perregaux signature of the gold bridge, and the fact that it's done as a limited edition for that anniversary was pretty unique. And we on that watch in particular, we came with something very special. We came with a new movement at the time. The movement is actually it's an interesting picture. The movement was actually different because it came with a completely new movement, the GP 1800, and it was designed especially to celebrate that anniversary. And as you mentioned before, it came for the first time with an inertia balance wheel, which is visible at the front at 6 with a gold bridge. It's actually the one that we are now putting on the auction for the charity as a different writing because it bears the key sentence, which is E pluribus unum. So which is so strong when it comes to also what's referring to the US.
Yes. So, I mean, what I like to talk about is when we start discussing this idea of finding what we're calling an oddball or a unique watch or prototype. What I like was you said, hey, I've got an idea. We have the prototype of the Place Girardet in our safe. And of course, as most brands do, you want to keep the prototype of each of the watches that you've made, especially a historic one. And then you said something very interesting. You said, Wei, this watch has a plaque, but it has nothing engraved on the plaque. And underneath where usually the accomplishment of the brand is mentioned, there's nothing there as well. And I would like to engrave this year, 2020, which is probably one of the most important and will be most of the unforgettable years in human history because of the COVID pandemic, because of the human rights issues that have been happening as well, because of so many things, but also hopefully it will be a year that we see amazing human resilience and amazing solidarity. And you said based on that, you want to engrave E pluribus unum, which in Latin means out of many, one. Please tell us a little bit about the importance of this to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one more thing. I mean, you're right to mention that as the 225 were sold at a time where there was like literally one watch, which was a prototype in our safe that we had kept for years now. And we thought, okay, this is the right occasion and this is the right cause also to take that asset, because a prototype is definitely an asset. It's a great testimony of all the work that we've been doing to be able to launch a new product, especially when it comes to putting together a new shape, a new movement. And we thought, okay, this is the right time to it's like there is a say that says, I mean, you can only offer something that is extremely meaningful to you. And this watch in particular, the one that we are now offering, is extremely meaningful to us. So on the fact that we have engraved the sentence E pluribus unum, I think it makes a clear statement about how we feel about this unique moment of solidarity and resilience, and that we all collectively experiencing and seeking to get out of the different crises and challenges we're facing.
You know, it was funny because when I interviewed Jean-Claude Biver, he was said, okay, tell me about some of the auction lots. So I basically ended up telling him about everything. And it was the Girard-Perregaux, especially because it said 2020 and it said E pluribus unum. He said that's the best lot. He said that's the one that resonated with him the most as well. And I think that this message is incredible. You know, as we know, it's the state motto of New York. It's also the motto of the United States of America. But it really is a motto for all of humanity. And it means that we are strongest and we're at our very best when we are together and we're united, you know? And one of the things I've always loved about watchmaking is that same watch, whether you speak one language or another language, whether you come from one continent or another, or whether you subscribe to one religion or another, it is a universal language, and it's a language that always is about happiness and beauty and affection, you know? And I think that there's no better industry than the watch industry for us to kind of give back a little bit to human culture.
I feel flattered that a competitor, but also a friend and a legend like Jean-Claude Biver thinks this is probably his first choice or a watch he would really pay tribute to. So I'm really glad to hear that.
So Patrick, I want to thank you so much for your time. Have a great day in Switzerland. It looks like it's beautiful weather there today as well. And I know you're celebrating something next week. If you don't mind my congratulating you in advance on your big birthday. And it's quite a big birthday as well, correct?
It is. Thank you very much. And thank you for the time. And again, congratulations for all you're doing, and we are so happy to be at your side and supporting you, and really pushing to support the causes that are dear to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great.
Bye.